Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. I know that there are important people among us tonight, but I will address the audience as a whole, as human beings. So, if you may allow me to, of course. So I thank you all for being here from the bottom of my heart. And I would also thank our organizers and partners of this great exhibition. And I had to, actually. They told me otherwise we cancel the exhibition. So, more seriously, I would like to talk about the project. So, ReFrame Islam is a project that I started about 4 years ago. It was back in the United States. The idea to go to the mosques and set up a studio and with all the lights and everything, and take wonderful portraits of wonderful random people smiling. Why smiling? I'll explain that later. The whole project is actually based on the visual rhetoric and notion which is called the framing theory. This is surely, and to me personally, I think that this is the biggest threat to our peaceful coexistence. To briefly explain that, what is it? When media report an event, they tend to frame the information. So they would set the focus on some part of the information and forget about the rest. Why do they do that? It's not tonight's topic. Is it okay to do that? Yes, it's all natural, as we all frame in our daily life. As we tell stories, of course, we frame the information too. What is the problem with media, you would ask, right? So the problem with media is that it focuses only on the negative parts of the real happenings. If I showed you a documentary on domestic violence, for example, in Pakistan, I assure you that after watching the documentary, you would think that in every house, the same thing is happening. And of course, we know that it's not true. Same goes for Iran. People have been there and reported that it was one of their nicest travel experiences ever. Of course, what does the media is that it brings all the negative frames together, brought to us 24/7, and we are all here thirsty, very thirsty, asking for more and more of that. Of course, it's our fault too. So give me more of those shocking images, more dead people, show me more poor people, more bad people out there. So we need more positivity in our lives. When people look at those images, they automatically smile. It happens all the time. And what it does, it leaves a positive mark in the brain. And of course, the brain naturally and automatically sorts out the positive feelings out of the negative ones. Hopefully, next time, if someone says, I'm a Muslim or something, or introduces himself to you, of course, you would have those images instead of the images you have from the media. When most of the people hear about Muslims, the first image that pops up in their minds is, of course, terrorism. Those bearded guys with Arabian styles. There's nothing bad in that, but I'll explain it. Sometimes people living in very poor conditions, they set the focus on that. People who have never been to school, and sometimes even living in caves. When I hear about Muslims, the image and the feelings that come to me are very different. Because I would think of my mother, my family, friends, and all those people who have been around me for my whole life. I would think also about strangers greeting each other with a very peaceful Salam Alaikum. Does anyone know what Salam Alaikum means here? Right? It means peace on you, and it's something we can say to strangers also in the street, even if we don't know people. So those are the feelings I have, even though I am also subjected to the same images on the media. So why doesn't it affect me? That's only because I am on the field. I know Muslims. I have been with them all my life. I know that Muslims are not what is shown on the TV or on the media in general. To correct some assumptions with the project, I would like to focus on the fact that Islam is a faith. It's not a lifestyle, not a nationality, not a place, not even a set of traditions. It is surely a faith and a set of rules. Although Muslims are not Arabs. To say the truth, Arabs are a minority in the Islamic world. Muslims are about 1.6 billion in the world's population. This is huge. And only 106,000 are labeled as terrorists. So only 0.006625%. This doesn't come from me, of course. It comes from the FBI. Those statistics. I am not good at mathematics. I failed at the university, but if you would think about it, how could this group of people, of which the number is so close to zero, define the community as a whole? Let me tell you this. A Muslim could be a Chinese guy who lives in Brazil and is making rap music. Why not? I have met some people like that. Could be someone who is from Senegal, for example, and working as an engineer in NASA. This happens as well. So while carrying out ReFrame Islam in the United States, I noticed that Islam there is at one of its best forms. This is my personal opinion. You could maybe deny it. It's an extreme tolerant Islam, as well as a very well-educated Muslim community. And it happens here in Germany too. I noticed the exact same thing. An Islam devoid of all forms of traditions and customs that mix to the religion over time. So why is it like that? Why is Islam so different there? I think that what happened in the United States is a bit unique. People come from so many different backgrounds and actually made the United States. And when they got together, they ended up with what I would call the pure extract of Islam. When people immigrate to the US, of course, they start calling themselves Americans. Hey, I'm American. Also, another fact that comes into play, pretty much all of the Muslim immigrants, moving to the United States, it was to pursue higher education. This is very important, as religion is a double-edged sword. It is a very powerful tool, and you can accomplish so many beautiful things with it, no matter what is the religion. But when it falls into the hands of non-educated people, it becomes a very dangerous tool. So let's not fight those ignorance, but let's educate them instead. Thank you. The only thing people can do, I guess, either inside of the Muslim community or outside, is learn about the others. This is very important. This is the only thing that actually that can help you reach an extreme tolerance. Because then, if you don't know about people, of course, you'll be scared. If you see maybe some people like this or someone with a beard like this, maybe you'll be scared in the street. But then if you talk to him, he's a very funny guy and everything. Of course, you have to learn about the other religions, either any other religion, not only Islam, and also about people, get to know people. It's very important.